Hey, what's up guys? It's Mevoda and I'm back on the Vadact Creative Server. And today we're gonna get started on our new plot. This is very exciting. Oh, that's awesome. So last video, a couple people left a couple comments because I had asked, for suggestions, if anybody had any suggestions of the style I should build on, hold on one second, reload chunks. I asked for suggestions on what style I should build in this plot, and my gut, was to go with a big medieval kingdom, but I actually got a couple more suggestions than I anticipated. I actually anticipated no suggestions, but it's really cool that a couple people actually did reply. One person said, you should make like a harbor, and then maybe like a Greek or Roman town. Another one that really intrigued me actually was somebody said I should make like a Baroque style palace, like a hilltop palace with like a countryside and a town. And that seems pretty cool also. That would be a little different. A couple other people also just agreed that, medieval would be good. So I'm still gonna think about it. We don't have to decide today. Either way, I have a pretty general idea of how, terrain-wise this place is going to be, and we're going to just get started on mapping that out a little bit. As I said, with this rank, you do get very limited world edit options, and it's very limited. Like, I got this set to a 5x5 stone sphere, and you could see it gets chopped off on the ends because it gets cut off for being too many blocks. So, I mean, it's very limited, but it will definitely help us get things at least shaped out. I have the chat turned off right now, and I'm going to try to leave it turned off. It's just that if I do too many things that require, like I can't do the undo function for world edit without having the chat on. And if I make too many mistakes, then we definitely will have to turn the chat back on. But for now, we'll just see how I do. So I think on this side, I'm just kind of marking out where there's going to be a big kind of cliff mountainside. In general, I mean, this isn't all going to be flat for sure. There's going to be all kinds of terrain and stuff. But on this side of the plot, there's going to be some ocean, or a shoreline, so we could put some ships in a harbor and things like that. And on this side, it's going to be a mountain. So we're just, as I said, we're going to just start mapping this out. I've been checking out some Baroque style, just images on Google of Baroque architecture and stuff. It's really cool. I think I could maybe come up with some pretty cool stuff. I don't know. My gut always says go medieval because it's kind of what I do best. So I know I'll be able to come up with something cool with medieval. At least I'm pretty sure. But I'm intrigued to do something maybe a little different. Anyway, we're just gonna make this kind of come over in this direction, sort of at a curve or a diagonal. Straighten it out a little bit, and then bring it out this way. So if you could see the chat right now, you would keep seeing, like block maximum reached, block maximum reached, blocks maximum reached. But yeah, it's okay. We'll make do. I'm gonna just kind of build this up a little bit. And then I have that golden axe there set to the smooth tool, so don't have to worry, it won't look like this in the end. We're just kind of using it to get the basic shape. And also, even with that smooth tool, I mean, there's a certain amount of things I will have to do by hand for sure. Like part of this cliff, I wanted to kind of have like a overhang a bit, and smooth tool does not work well in that kind of situation. Maybe we'll do it on this side, so I'll start to bring it out a little bit. Okay, not too shabby. So I think I'm gonna just keep doing this for a little bit, try to shape this out a little bit. I'm gonna put a little cut in the video, and I'll come back with you guys after I've gotten more of this done. Alright, see you then. Alright, and we're back. And I've pretty much shaped out a nice sized mountain here. And you see it kind of looks weird. That's what we have this tool for. Basically the way World Edit knows for the, can't speak. The way World Edit works, for those of you guys who don't know, you need like a tool, and you bind a command to a tool. So I basically, for all of this, I had to type //BR, which is short for brush, and then I typed the word sphere, because we wanted a sphere, and then stone, because we wanted a stone sphere, and then the number 5. All separated by spaces, and that gave us this. And then this one's just //BR smooth 4, actually. So it'll just smooth out sections that you click on, which is pretty awesome. Start to make things a little more natural. So yeah, we'll use the smooth tool. I don't know if I'm reaching the block limit with this. I know I do with a lot of other, with the sphere command, which is unfortunate. I mean, I completely understand why people have limited world edit commands on this server, you know, at my rank, because world edit, you know, if you do something stupid and it's a big command, it could be ridiculous lag spikes. So that's completely understandable. I just wish the block limit was just a little bit bigger, like a little more, so that you could, you know, use you could, if it was big enough to make a 5x5 sphere, that's all I would want. That's as big as I want. I don't need anything bigger than that. Cause yeah, as it goes now, you know, I'm placing down a lot of these spheres and stuff. I have flat sides to deal with, so I gotta take that into consideration when I'm kind of mapping things out. So this is helping a bit. I think even with this, there's going to be a certain amount that's going to have to be done by hand. There's just no way around that. You know, this kind of makes it look smooth, but that's really going to be the only way to make it look, you know, good, in my opinion. Yeah, I think this is a decent start here with the mountain. Depending on what style I plan to go with, I may decide to bring more of this out in a hill type of fashion. Originally, I was kind of thinking when I was thinking of doing a medieval build, I wanted to make a big kind of mountain wall and then have maybe sort of up on a hill a bit, just have the castle kind of built into the mountain a bit. And yeah, if I decide to go with medieval, I still may do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep smoothing out my mountain a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more on camera, and then I think the only other thing we're gonna do in this episode is kind of map out the shoreline of where the water will be. I think for a couple of episodes at least, you know, I have some time to think and figure out what I want to do as far as the style, because it might be a good idea to, you know, spend a good amount of time on terrain first before we even get into any structures. It might be smart. Don't know if it's smart, but it might be. No, I think it's a good idea. But yeah, as I said, I have a lot of thinking to do. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I had a bunch of great suggestions. even if I don't do them fully. Like somebody, you know, one of the suggestions, as I mentioned, was a harbor, and that I'm definitely gonna do. As with this much space, totally just makes sense to add, you know, some water to your build, and, you know, add some ships and a harbor and stuff. It just gives you more, you know, more things to build. And regardless of the build style, you know, a harbor would be relevant. Oh man, hope that's not too loud. The landscapers are outside, actually, so I do hear some, like, leaf blowers and stuff going on outside. So I may have to cut again real quick and take a little break until it's a little quieter for recording. Okay, I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, we're back, and we have some peace and quiet. And actually, since then, I brought the rest of the mountain pretty much to the back of my plot here. So, as you see, it comes to the back now. So yeah, I think we're off to a really good start here. Well, I see some spots that weren't smoothed out properly. As I said, this is just a basis. It's gonna take a lot of work to make it look, you know, official, but even with, you know, the limited world edit abilities, like, I would have never been able to do this much work in this little amount of time, so it's really cool in that regard. Alright, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna leave the mountain alone for now. Probably do some more work on that off camera by the next time I see you. As I said in the last little clip, the one last thing I want to do is mark out some spots for some water. Maybe we'll have it come over like this direction. Put a curve to it. How's that for like a shoreline? I think that'll be nice. That'll give us some spots for some ships and stuff. And this is plenty of space here to build, you know, structures, whatever style that may be. So I guess I'm just gonna start clearing some things out here, and by the next episode I'll probably have a good amount of water here, and we'll start to do some more terraforming and things like that. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. I am very excited to get started on this plot. It's been a little time, you know, I took about a week off from creative building, and even not fully, you know, I've been looking at a lot of stuff and doing a lot of thinking and looking at a lot of Google images and things like that, trying to decide what I want to do. And still got some more thinking to do, but we'll figure it out for sure, and hopefully everything will look wonderful in the end. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited as I am to get started on this new plot. And if you did enjoy, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and you'll stay updated on everything I'm doing in the future. Alright guys, see you next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.